Duco, are you up for like freestyling some shit? Yeah.
Make some noise for the impetuous Possum Posse!
525,600 users logged on to the Farmers Only database last fall. And at the corporate base of head of operations, there were major complications when the IT guy plugged the server straight into the wall, yeah. No, he didn't use a surge protector. He didn't use a surge protector. He didn't use a surge protector. Accumulated cumulonimbus gathered from Missoula all the way down to Memphis, Albuquerque all the way to St. Paul. And when the lightning struck that terrible night, a database took a digital flight to the far reaches of the cyber sprawl, yeah. Because he didn't use a surge protector. He didn't use a surge protector. He didn't use a surge protector, no. The night was taken back by the lonely. The night farmers only had a data breach. Firewalls evaporated. Love precipitated from the cloud to the people on the streets. All right now.
Okay, they're making matches with crazy rhyming. Farmers Only, they're using data mining. I don't know how they could place win, cause I dumped their database out on Pastebin. If you've seen it, I'm not stupid. I use them to overthrow match, and okay, Cupid. I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I got a couple Farmers Only, Christian singles, they mingle because they believe. It ain't easy though, having this freestyle flow, rapping about Farmers Only, my almanac broke. I don't know how to factor all my acres overthrew my tractor. I can't till it, it's a buffer overflow, so I gotta kill it. In a freestyle rhyme, diamonds only time. Put your diamonds up, put your diamonds up. This for everybody out there in my diamond club.
The night was taken back by the lonely. The night farmers only had a data breach, had a data breach. And the firewalls evaporated, love precipitated from the cloud to the people on the streets.
Hello, beautiful people. You know it's Tuesday night, and I don't care if we've been rocking for 5 days straight. Today, on the 6th day, he melted faces again. Hey, it's Night Attack, bringing you the best and the worst of the internet ever since the dawn of freaking time. Live from Austin, Texas, I'm Brian Brushwood. Joining me in Oakland, California, where he belongs, is none other than Professor J.R.Y. Don't we do this every week?
Fuck, man.
That was amazing. We got like compression, and you transcended humanism and became a robot, and you hovered over the city of Washington, D.C., and you take two. You bespoke post all over it. It was amazing.
I was bespoke. I was a precious element that is rare to many and precious to some.
I had to gargle salt water and some balls right before I went on in order to get my voice back. They were Satan's balls.
Need some emergency balls, man. Like, you're just hanging around. You're like, man, life would be better if I could get just 2 balls in my mouth real quick.
So I made the joke that it was Satan's balls, which made me remember the whole bit that we'd come up with like work as hell. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, no. Brian's pitching a new series called Work as Hell.
It was I trick Satan into like a semantic play on words, and what is he?
Well, basically, it's like Devil Went Down to Georgia, except Brian beats the devil, and the devil overplays his hand and turns into Brian's slave, which is really just somebody who works for him in Austin.
Well, and that's what's funny is like because I have no ambition, I'm like, now that I could do anything with your power, why don't you take care of this database that John's working on?
Yeah, and he's like,
Oh, okay, I guess I'll do it. I am the Prince of Darkness. I'll have it done by Friday. Thursday, if I get a little free time.
That's great. Also, I'm afraid that Bryce and Brandt, they're really overwhelmed, Satan. I'm going to need you to take over edits you got your choice. You can either handle the Behind the Scam episode that we're working on, or if you want to tackle one of the Scam School remixes, we just want to try you out in rotation on that stuff.
I'm unfamiliar with Premiere. I always use Final Cut.
Look, I understand. Look, I'm sorry. That's YP, not MP. I'm going to need Satan. I'm going to need you to step up and do what it takes to stay in this organization, all right?
Well, yes, sir, I guess. No, I'll get you one day, Brian.
Speaking of, you know what, Satan, if we can, just have a little one-on-one time, you and me. Listen.
Okay, sure.
I understand that you're bound for all eternity to be part of this organization, and I understand that's not where you wanted to be, but the fact is, you're bound. And meanwhile, we've all been talking. You're kind of bringing some negative energy into the workplace. It'd be really great if you could kind of dial. We know you're disappointed, but we don't need to hear about that. Is that something we can handle?
Sure. I only have one question.
Yes.
Mind if I roll weed?
You do what it takes to get you through the day, sir.
man, no, this was an insane couple days. You know, like I just realized that I left on a Wednesday, and I came back on a Monday, and man, it was a whirlwind.
I kind of want to go in reverse order because I was really excited to go to bed early and to not worry about stuff, you know, because we did our best to live stream the hell out of everything. But last night, my day off, I get a call from Darren Kitchen, to whom, you know, we pledge fealty and worship as a living God. He hits me up saying like, hey, I'm flying out just for the domain.com party at South by Southwest. He's like, I get in at 4 and then I leave at 4 the next morning. And I was like, well, I've got to come visit you then. And so we wrap up Cord Killers. I sort of jet early and head on over. And we go on, he takes me into the domain.com booth. Now, here's the thing. I know that he deals with domain.com directly on a lot of stuff. But meanwhile, on the Scam School side of things, we've been making domain.com ads, you know, for like they've pre-booked us through the end of the year. It's freaking amazing. Yeah. But for whatever reason, like I don't know if they didn't know that I lived in Austin or what, or if they thought it would be too presumptuous to ask.
Wait a minute. You were not invited to the domain.com party?
No. But again, it was clear. I would have been offended had I not seen their faces when Darren started parading me around. It was it was almost embarrassing for me how excited they were.
Well, now they obviously, and I've heard from Darren how awesome people that they are, and I know that they sponsor my friends. You know, they sponsor Film Riot, they sponsor Scam School. So we are not taking their judgment or this mistake to judge their character. However, if Frank Underwood would to have realized that he was left off the list, how would he react to it?
There are two ways to respond to being snubbed. You could throw a fit, do it Instagram, maybe Twitter, and it'll feel real good. I have no use for such trivialities. If you want to get ahead in this life, you take the bull by the horns and you grab that bull's nostril and you fit your penis right inside that nostril. You fuck the the nasal cavity, the anal nasal cavity, until finally you show domination over that beast. And then you get over it and you show up at domain.com and have a great time.
You just passive-aggressively meerkat your trip to the party so they know to have your name on the list by the time you get there. All right, so you go and what was it? Was it a really rad time?
Yeah, it really was. Specifically, I mean, it was great seeing all the domain.com folks, but like they were like there was one girl who kept confessing that she was fangirling out, and like it's clear that in the great pantheon of ways that they're spending their money, to hear them tell it to me last night, their favorite thing on the planet was watching one of their sponsors pretend to be another one of their, or one of their advertisers pretend to be another one of their advertisers.
So to watch you be Ryan Connolly,
they were fans of that. They seem to have enjoyed that, and that made me very happy.
That got extended. That extended you another 3 months.
Yes,
you
now
exactly. Next February.
Well, and then Darren drugged me over to go see Dual Core again. Only Dual Core was opening for the opener for another act, and I only had a chance to see the first two before I ran on Steam and had to come home. Which, by the way, last night was the first night in a week I've slept 7-8 whole hours in a row. It was delightful. But there was Dual Core did his thing, and I meerkatted it because that's the hot new jam. Ran into Roberto Villegas, who to whom I loaned my expired ID to get in on the VIP list to the Rooster Teeth party.
Let's just say theoretically.
No, I mean, whatever. Bernie, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was delightful for you to put me on the list, but I sent Roberto in my stead. Which, by the way, I got to get that ID back.
Wait, you didn't get the ID back?
Well, he didn't carry it on him at all times. I just ran into him there. But then we saw this amazing, transcendent rapper goes by the name of is it Samus? How do you pronounce the name of the main chick from Metroid? Is it Samus?
I've always heard it as Seamus.
Seamus. Okay. Well,
Samus. Sorry.
Her name is Sammus, and yeah, it's spelled in the game. It's spelled Samus. But she goes by Samus, copyright purposes or whatever. Sammus, and it said, and her first album is called Another M. And here's what's amazing about rap, nerdcore rap, for a hacker audience, is they understand that they need to gamify the experience. You saw it at the South by So Wasted event, right? Yeah. Where it's like Dual Core comes in and he says, okay, hey everyone, here's a song that you might have heard of before. It's The Prodigy. I'm going to rap over it. There's going to be a moment where we're going to do X or Y or Z. I'm going to say this. You're going to say this. He sets up the rules. And then we're all going to get this ecstatic experience because all of us are going to do it at the same time. And then he does it, and it's freaking amazing, right? She does the same thing, but she has like a fantastic story that I have not heard before. I have not run across a delightful, intelligent, attractive 26, I'm making up, year old black woman who gets on stage and says, "Hi, I'm going to rap. I'm mid-20s, black female, also a PhD student. Hope you enjoy my set." And then and it's just super dense with video game industry and yet also so much heart. She's rapping super passionately about how she had one song that was all about like, why can't I find a hero that looks like me? And she goes on the list, it's very inside baseball the way a lot of geek rap is, where it's like, oh, I know that, and she talks about all the bosses that she's slayed, all the characters that she's invented or run across, and yet not one of them looks like her, and that's all that she wants in the world. It was It was amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. And I as I was listening, I was like, oh, if Penny was just 5 years older, this is the kind of thing that I would love to share with her, this inspiring art. But anyway, if you Google Samus, Sammus, you'll see her. But
what's the MUS, right? Or is it? Well, or no, she's double M.
She's
right?
2 M's in order to for legal and for rap reasons. So anyway, that was my last night. What have you been doing since you and I last saw each other?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, no. I thought we were going to talk about all the other stuff that we did together.
I mean, we will. But usually in the first act, we talked about what happened since
sure.
we last.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I misread. I thought we were going to go into what we did. I don't know, man. I got back and I did jury more. For the first time, I couldn't play a whole lot of Hearthstone on the plane, so it kind of fucked my mojo.
You can't. Oh, that's right. You can't even do the single player game.
Not offline. I had internet. It was just GoGo. GoGo in-flight sucks compared to United's. United does their own one, and for whatever reason, whenever I had GoGo, it's kind of blown, and whenever I have United, it's kind of boss, especially for Hearthstone. So I don't know. That was that, and it kind of stank. But I did get to. I watched a few more people, which was all right.
Right on, man. Well, so take us through. We did the show a day later last week, much to the consternation of people who were asking why I didn't post. We apologize. We moved to Wednesday because Justin was in studio. Hopefully you enjoyed that episode. And then where did we go from there? Because it was a whirlwind over the next 5 days. Well,
the big thing was, we come in, and then Thursday I think we did another little surprise little Hearthstone stream, right? We were just kind of screwing around. But the problem, all right, so let's also just lay this out, because this is going to pay off by the time that we get to the party on Saturday. There is a fair amount of drinking when Brian and I are around each other. Safe to say a little bit more than there is when we are just by ourselves.
I believe in biological circles, scientists refer to it as an unsustainable amount of drinking. Like in the short term it works, but this is not a long-term strategy.
Sure, but even then, this time around, it wasn't like there was like a ton of binging. It wasn't like there was like we were taking shots or anything. Or it was just two dudes hanging out in a suburban house in Austin, Texas, hanging out, drinking a few beers. Maybe a few more than you would anyway, if you were taking your SATs the next day, but like not any kind of insane amount that you're going to get cops called on you for.
Well, and that's the great thing is like nobody got irresponsible or out of control in their intake. It was just the duration. We'd start at 5 p.m. and end around 4 a.m.
Yeah, and really, it's the sleep, not the booze, yes. Like that eventually gets you, because this is not a college dorm room that's going to stay quiet until 2:00 the next afternoon. Because the first few days before they went off to your parents' house or Bonnie's parents' house, there are 3 darling, inquisitive, yet very loud little girls that will run around and make a bunch of noise. Like, it's just the nature of the beast. So if you're up until 4 a.m, man, you have what some scientists refer to as 3 motherfucking hours before the reckoning happens.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is the first day you're like, well, that's the first day. I'm sure we'll sleep through it tomorrow. And then the second day we were up at 9. And then the third day we're up at 9. And then it's like, what's funny is it never occurs to us, like we're idiotic monkeys. It never occurs to us that it is possible to go to bed before 4 a.m. because it's like, no, it's 2 a.m. and we're solving the world's problems right now. We can't possibly go to bed now.
Oh man, because every conversation is the most important conversation ever. So we stream Rando on Thursday. Friday, Tom. Oh no. Tom came in on Thursday. So Thursday
That's
night,
right.
First night, we record the Merritt tapes.
Yeah, and by the way, we did our first ever Hearthstone stream. We did side by side, and we played Wednesday night, where there was a couple of good moments. Hopefully, we'll touch back on. But then Thursday, Tom comes in, and Tom has been traveling. Tom wakes up at like 6 a.m. because he's a grown up. He preps and then nails everything for does an early Daily Tech News show with Justin in my studio, right? And then flies out. Lands, it gets delayed for 2 hours, shows up, nothing but rainbows and sunshine. No boo-hoo, that was really tough for me. Just like, can't wait, so thrilled I'm here, gents. And we
now, mind you, this has been a recording session about a year in the making, because Belmont was in town last year, stayed at your guys' place, gave us the opportunity to record some Night Attack stuff that eventually became the Belmont tapes, the first of our patron-only EPs. Tom, being friends with all of us and partners with Veronica and Brian and myself on 3 different projects, is like, when's Tommy going to get a taste? I'm just out here trying to make jokes. Thought everything was cool. Next thing you know, you're making albums with Veronica, not me. So the Merritt Sessions have been something that has been in the offing for a very, 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 very long time. And he is jacked to do it. And we're very excited because we get to bring in the Horse Boys.
Yes. Oh, that's right. This is the first time we did a recording, and we sent out an email to the 4 Horse Boys of Night Attack. All of them showed up except for Jerry Talks did not, but with good reason.
Physically got himself from Lima, Ohio to Austin, Texas, and then went to sleep.
And missed our email as he was sleeping literally on the floor of Neshkov, Bryce Castillo. But I mean, that's fine. That's fine. And so we had the 3 of them there, and it was like, this is a new thing for us, so we don't want to half-ass it. We don't want to just throw a freaking laptop in the corner and just say, hey, watch us have a good time. It's like, we want to make this happening. So we get them on, and then we're like, okay, now we're going to summon the funny. And I don't know if this is a surprise to anyone, but especially when you're just exploring space and you're not sure where stuff's headed or where it's going to go, and you have the benefit of editing after the fact, there's a scooch of off-color moments that happen.
And a lot of times there will be things that I will say to Brian that are meant not necessarily to make the album, but to just get us in a space.
Yeah.
Like, if all of a sudden we're in the middle of a track and like we just can't find a rhythm or things aren't exactly working, you throw a well-timed N-word in there, like just to kind of break the ice.
Should we put the brakes on the current story and dial back in time to tell a story that we've never told on the air about getting pumped up for the Night Attack live sessions at DragonCon? We talked about that being an actual track on Night Attack 3, but forgot to record it.
Oh, have we never officially told this story?
We have never officially told this story, and I think we should. So, okay.
But wait, hold on. I want to hear from the chat, because you always say that we've never told this story. I'm almost positive we've told this story.
We've talked about it, but
I think we said it at that DragonCon.
No. Nope. In fact, we alluded to it in the failed recording for the ad read for NSFW at the time.
Wait. Did we? And then we had to cut it, right?
Yep. Everyone's saying no. Okay, so here's the thing. We stepped out of our comfort zone to record Night Attack Live, right? Yeah. And we tried one structured bit at Nerdtacular, and that had a little bit of structure where it's like we knew we were going to do these characters. We're just going to improv the space. We're just going to do interviews with these characters and see what comes out. And that was terrifying enough, but we made it through, and people thought it was funny, and that was really delightful, and we're thankful. And then it's like, well, now we're going to do the same thing at DragonCon, only we're going to do something different. Pretty much the 2 of us are each going to tell one story, and we're going to try to figure out a way to fill 45 minutes to an hour with it that could be edited down for the live album. A little bit intimidating to somebody like me who has spent his entire career living a Groundhog Day existence where it's like, I'm not worried about getting it right today. I'm worried about doing the same thing so many times that I figure out how to be funny eventually. This is one take, one shot. That's it. So we're getting psyched up. And so it's like everybody, and if you haven't been to DragonCon, it's difficult to explain the chaos and the insanity and the excitement of meeting so many of Chapman Realm's finest. But we retreat from all that to spend just 30 minutes up in the room, getting in the right headspace, getting there. And so it's like we go up to the room, we open the door, and the first thing Justin says is, working on this new rap album. I was like, oh, really?
I only debate, and it doesn't matter where I have it, but
no. I know for purposes of the story, I am consolidating two separate events into one event.
Gotcha.
Yes. But the door closes. He's like, I'm working on this new rap hook. How did it go, Justin?
Well, look, I got these. I got these beats in my head, man. And it's like, like Dual Core, he's a great rapper, and I'm sure, Samus is a really, really good rapper. And I'm not trying to be a rapper. I just want to sing the hooks, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like I could be a big EDM sensation, and I'm just gonna do hooks.
But well, hold on. I thought this was the whole rap song, the one that start with the bet. Is this the same one? Are we on the same page?
The bet?
Yeah, I bet the one that starts. I bet.
Oh yeah. No,
okay,
no.
Yeah. All right. So I'm like, yeah, no. Hit me. Let's. What do you got?
So I'm like, all right. So imagine it's like kind of a spare beat. It's like boom, 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 boom. Then it kind of picks up like. I'm feeling
it. I'm in.
I bet that pussy's haunted, girl. Like.
And you repeat it. You're like, I bet that pussy's haunted, girl.
I bet that pussy's haunted, girl.
And at this point, like, I'm feeling it. I'm starting to smile. I'm like, oh, that is funny. That's great. And then at this point, seeing success, you double down.
I keep telling Brian, I'm like trying to it's like I know it's ridiculous. And it's just like I'm trying to like earnestly explain to him like I'm really pitching him the song, and I'm just like, and so I go from like, I bet your pussy's haunted, girl. Okay, so like imagine this is like a little bit further into the song, and this is kind of like the bridge. So like just imagine the beat for the bridge is kind of going up, and it's the build up is. I bet a ghost lives there. A ghost lives there. I said a ghost lives there. A ghost lives there. I said a ghost lives there. A ghost lives there. You had an abortion. Bass drop! And then the bass comes down.
So that's the moment. Like you think, like, oh, it's funny because it's ridiculous. It's funny because you're building on it. It's funny. Oh, God damn it.
And what happens to Brian is something that I will never forget ever. And that is a shot. It's only happened. It is what breaking the backboard is to dunking, right?
Yes.
For me, I have few very simple pleasures in life, and one of them is making Brian laugh. And there are many types of Brian laughs, and I enjoy all of them. But easily the most rewarding is that every once in a while, his body will spasm as if he were hit by a shotgun blast, and he will fall against the wall and fall over. And that was the moment that it happened. Is boom, like you had an abortion. Bass drop. Oh. And he hits the back of the wall and falls over laughing.
It was like that scene in Ghost when the ghost hit the guy. They go, oh! But then there's a lull, and again, I'm combining two stories. So just imagine they all happen in the room upstairs.
Yeah.
This is the part where we enter reality, right? This is the exact moment where it happens. We're definitely in the room 30 minutes before it starts, and Justin, after a lull, just wants to pump us up again. And he's ready. And then he just busts out. He just goes, I'm like, hey, man, you want a beer? You're like, yeah, I want a beer. You're like, boom, boom, boom. Crack, pump it open. Justin takes a drink. And then he busts out, I got that AIDS on my dick. I got that AIDS on my dick. I got that AIDS on my dick. Rub that dick, yo.
No, it's you see motherfucker got that AIDS? Rub the AIDS. You see motherfucker got that AIDS? Rub the AIDS. I got that AIDS on my dick. I got that AIDS on my dick. I got that AIDS on my dick.
And then we hear the toilet flush.
So I'm screaming about how I have AIDS on my dick. And we are sharing the room with 6 other people.
This is, but in this moment, there's nobody there, and this is our safe space. This is our get in the zone. Let's throw it all out there so that we can get in a headspace, come on down and tell stories and experience genuine joy. And then we hear the toilet flush, and there's this kind of pause, and out walks John's girlfriend, Kelsey, who
now wife,
and there's this awkward moment, and we're like, "Hi, Kelsey, what's up?"
Now, mind you, Kelsey is like the nicest person.
Super
ever.
nice.
She is so nice. I don't think I am telling tales out of school. They are both religious people. Like they come from a very staid background. We are the wild fringe
Yes.
for them. I mean, I'm not to say that they're prude or anything, but certainly we are a wilder element than they are normally used to.
We are the wackiest among their friends, and which is why I feel so awkward about it. And I just sort of like throw out there like, "Hey, so were you able to hear any of that?"
Now, mind you, I am like standing on the bed closest to the bathroom in a two queen bedroom in the Hilton in Atlanta.
Well, and so I say like, could you hear any of that? And she's like, "Yeah, I was in the bathroom."
And listen, like Kelsey and John have come to all of our shows, all the live shows that they've been able to make it to. I mean, like, they're there to see us. They're there to support us. So it wasn't necessarily a shock. It's just that, like, every once in a while, like what Brian was saying, it's not that this is stuff that is necessarily for the show, although now it has become part of the show. It is stuff to just kind of be the palate cleanser so we can then make the jokes that work the best.
Correct. It's us intentionally like punching the bar down lower so that we can comfortably shock everyone around us. And of all the people, I would say of every single guest I personally knew at that convention, the one that I would be most horrified to secretly be listening to those moments would be Kelsey, and that's exactly what it was. But because she's wonderful and because John's wonderful, everything was totally cool. But that moment,
and again, I mean, I don't think that we are like the wildest entertainment that she consumes. I think she is a very worldly person, although nobody really needs to just be minding their business in the bathroom and that. About the AIDS ratio on his dick and the actions that one needs to take it should they see somebody else with an AIDS dick.
Oh my God. So anyway, snap back to this moment where we're talking about getting in the right headspace with one Tom Merritt to do the Merritt Sessions, right?
Well, and listen, we'll get to that in a second. But first, before we do that, I want you to rub some AIDS on your dick and head on over to patreon.com/nightattack.
Oh my God.
Their 1,816 patrons have pledged over $2,202.04.
Dude, I tell you what, man, these patron numbers, I don't know if you heard, but we're definitely in the top 100 in all of Patreon. Like they send us nice emails and nice handwritten notes saying like, "Thank you for giving legitimacy to our platform." And we're like, "Thank you for your."
We're on a secret Illuminati Reddit.
Yeah, and it's like these guys clearly care. Shout outs to Patreon. Everything that you're currently frustrated with Patreon, I guarantee you they've heard and are doing their best to fix. So this is only going to get better. But in the meantime, the biggest thing getting better is that we have clearly defined our goals. We are doing our best to make it worth your while to join us. Why don't you join the club? We've got tiers as low as what are the benefits? It's down here at the bottom.
Oh, a cent.
1 cent.
1 red cent. And not only do you get all the pre-shows and post-shows, you also get the brand new Merritt Tapes EP coming your way very soon.
Yeah, man, 50 cents. You get voting shares is what we call them, that you get to actually...
and let's actually just go through these really, really quick, like as, just to illustrate it, because now we have the product, and we are going to go through this entire process, right?
Sure. Yeah, take us through it.
So there we go, 50 cents. That means that whenever we have album tracks that maybe we think should or should not make it on the album, or which ones we're going to give away for free, which ones we're going to put on the album, we put it up to you. You guys get to listen to tracks early and vote on them. You also vote and suggest on the name. $5. You are God's only true wish come true. And you get pre-release samples of the tracks and make sure that we have everything right on the on the album to make sure that we have the right tracks that are there. $10, you get the full album before we push it out to make sure that everything fits. You guys are the last guard to make sure that everything is in its proper place. If you want to make any suggestions, you want to say, oh, wait, why don't you go take that bit from Night Attack and put that on in the middle there? This is where you can do it. And then, of course, you get the 4 horse boys of the apocalypse. Now, I wish that you could, buy one right now, or you could get in on one, but all 4 are currently taken.
Only 4, and but you can be notified when a spot opens. So right now we have 4 justices of the Night Attack Apocalypse, and we look forward to them serving with honor. Thank you to everybody who is a contributor and actually on the team over at patreon.com/Night Attack. Becoming independent is one of the truest dreams I've ever had, and it's changed my life, and I can't thank you.
By the way, they won. They ain't gonna say it. They're gonna say real nice stuff like they merged, but they won against Subbable. Subbable is now Patreon.
Oh my God! I did not know this. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So guess what? Guess who's on the winning team, motherfuckers? These 2 dudes.
Damn straight. All right.
Subbable had like 17 people. They had like 17 accounts, so they all just got
a fine idea that also was Patreon's idea. But we didn't subscribe to Patreon.
What?
Yeah, no. Like Patreon has been like very upfront with us, saying like, yeah, you guys kicked off a revolution, and first it was Cord Killers, then it was Night Attack, then it was the morning stream, then it was blah blah blah, begat all these things. So many things happened with us, but regardless.
What?
Whatever. So why don't you? All right, I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, can we snap back?
It just shows how broken a human being I am that I can't hear it's just like I literally hear any voice like oh, Bob Dole just gave a bunch of money to charity. Oh, how about he Bob Dole somebody's dick? Oh, fuck you, Dole. I have an inability to hear about things without making some funny oh, I'm taking shots at some random person, and it's I realize that now probably all the people who worked at Subbable now work at Patreon, and we love them so much, so I can't just be like,
got it.
We beat you, dicks. Fuck you.
Yeah, you got it. So you're retraining your brain to got it.
Well, I mean, ever since I got this AIDS on my dick, I've been thinking a lot of things through.
So let's real quick recap what it was like to do the Merritt Sessions.
Tom's really, really funny. The only problem was we decided to start doing. So we did Captain Morgan tracks, which we haven't done a lot since we did the full album, because I think we both kind of wanted to take a break from the Captain Morgan stuff because it gets a little repetitive after a while. But Tom was there. We thought it'd be funny to try it with 3 people, and we had a few false starts. And any of the horse boys that are in here now can kind of tell you the first few were kind of weird because Tom's initial instinct was to agree with Captain Morgan, but that is really just a wild animal and a sensible man ganging up on Brian, which
yes,
not really all that funny.
And which forced us for the first time to figure out why is the Captain Morgan stuff funny? And it's it's because Brian keeps being genuinely annoyed and horrified that a bottle of rum keeps bothering him, and the bottle of rum is just a wild animal, and Brian keeps admonishing him and trying to get him out the door like a drunk roommate, but instead he keeps going off. And that's weird to try to make work with 3 people. So what we agree on is what it should be is that Brian and Tom are both playing 2 sides of the same character. They should be in the middle of a conversation, and Captain Morgan should break in. And I remember Justin saying look, just talk about something real. Talk about something real like you 2 really would talk about. And I accessed my file. You want to take it from here?
So, and I think it's very important to note that we've been drinking for a long time, and this is the end of the recording session. So we are in our cups. Ryan starts talking about an email he got from a fan about Terry Pratchett. And actually, the fan might be listening now because he mentioned he was the Night Attack fan.
Yes. Well, and
you
understand.
Inspired this track.
This is because this moment happened because you told me, Justin, talk about something real. And I was like, oh, this is something real that I want to talk about. And I start talking to Tom, and I'm like, oh man, I got this email from a guy who was really upset that Terry Pratchett died, and realized that unlike with Terry Pratchett, he could actually reach out to me and tell me how much this stuff means to him. And he wanted me to pass it on to you.
Terry Pratchett punched it over in the face. I saw him do it. He said, "Oh, Wolfman, come here. I'm Terry Pratchett. All right in your face."
So at this moment, I know that my role is to go like, "Oh, Captain Morgan, you've interrupted us one too many times." But because it was such a heartfelt, important email, and because it affected me so deeply, I'm the one who failed because I got lost in the moment, and I'm like, "Tom, don't you understand? We do something important to someone." And then all of a sudden, the character Captain Morgan comes in and starts talking about Terry Pratchett punching orphans, and I just turn and look at Justin, and this is something you've never seen from Captain Morgan, is he just wilts.
For the first time ever, because Brian looks at me with just, and maybe I'm imagining it, but he's just like, "What are you doing?" And we set this up for like 10 minutes, and I come in, and Brian just like genuinely like I shit on the floor, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, Captain Morgan, I'll see myself out. Bye."
Yeah, so lots of good stuff, and even the stuff that wasn't good was certainly a lot of fun.
How could this have been done?
How could this have been done?
But no, there's a lot of really funny Captain Morgan stuff on there. There's a lot of really funny. We had a reoccurring bit about a man named Mr. Jokes applying for a job that I think is very funny. So we got to listen to it. But yeah, all that Patreon stuff that you heard, like that whole process, we're going to do it for the first time, and it's going to be pretty soon. So in fact, I'll tell you what, if you want to submit here, let's actually make a form, but for everybody to submit their subtitles for the Merritt tapes. But if you are a 1 cent voting person, then you or whatever the 50 cent.
You have to have voting shares. You have to have voting shares in order to contribute. You guys will select.
If you're not at 50 cents and you want to be at 50 cents and you want to vote on like names and stuff like that, then now's the time to figure that out. But it's really funny, and it was really great to work with Tom. It was hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's. It was fun to kind of reset our sensibilities and to try to incorporate. This is what it must be to be a musician. I can imagine now what it must be like to be a talented musician, kind of jamming with another one, as we heard with the dual core just picking up the mantle in the middle of being thrown to the wolves with a possum posse, like, "Hey, you want to freestyle a random section on a concept that you're not entirely clear about? Let's do that." But we'll get to that at the party. But Brett and Tom, Brett showed up the next day, and we went out to eat, and we found ourselves reenacting with the we got to revisit the Mr. Jokes stuff. That's all I'm going to say about that.
No, Mr. Jokes is a funny bit.
It
really is
so
another
much funnier when there were 3 of you guys, and then when we were able to.
I mean, here's the thing, Brian. I think you found like there is an element of you where you are just the everyman. You are the everyman put upon in extraordinary situations that are pressing down upon you, and then your reactions and explosions are what cause the comedy.
Well, regardless, lots of good stuff. And then we get to, what did we do Friday night? We wanted to go out and just be out, right, with us. We went to Casino El Camino. We went to Babalu Cigar Company. We ate.
And then we wound up, at Mugshots.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And where we hooked up with CJ Johnson.
We did.
Who I hadn't spoken with in a long time. CJ Johnson, who, by the way, just got a monster freaking tattoo. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
CJ is, by the way, hipper than I am. I am unclear on the age of CJ Johnson. I only know him as yours and Bonnie's, a mentor and how you guys met and everything. But he walks in and like, dude's got these fucking like awesome looking boots. He's got like a rad shirt and a nice little tailored fucking faux hawk going on.
Dude.
I'm like, God damn, CJ, I'm walking around like I'm fucking homeless. And the next thing you know, everybody's turning their head saying, "Hey, who's cool guy?"
This is the funny part, right? CJ has always been more into that than I am, and I guess I'm more into it than you are. So it's like there's the spectrum, I guess. But CJ was my mentor. He's the reason that Bonnie and I got married. It was because I ran sound for him when he was touring
because
Texas.
He decreed it, and being your lord, you walked the nearest maiden.
But he has always been like I've always perceived as a fairly straight-laced guy. But this dude turned 50, and I'm seeing some looseness at the seams here. We heard an amazing story about his adventure in Colorado, which is all I will say about it because I'm betting you can intuit the rest. Also,
wait. Sorry, it was a story about what?
Colorado. He went to he had a show in Colorado, and then it's as smooth as butter. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
CJ got a tattoo.
This man, I don't have any fucking tattoos. This dude's got a tattoo.
He just got that today. That just happened today. He got a tattoo to honor his mom. It says "Mom." The O is a heart, and it says 1940 to 2013. And by the way, his mom was the real estate agent that sold us our very first house.
Holy shit!
So we know her, knew her,
Second
and it
house.
says a man is only as good as his word. 1940 to 2013.
Well, that's it. So wait, that's his first tattoo?
That's his first tattoo. A fucking sailor ass biker tattoo.
God damn, man, dude, that guy fucking he's the best. It was amazing hanging out with him, and that was pretty much Friday. I guess we did no recording or anything. We just sort of
dude, he is though, man. He looks like a bikie man from a bikie gang.
Oh, no. Stop.
living in his cracked head making crack,
He loves what is it?
killing, scheming, and extortion.
Give him $20. I give you an abortion.
You see,
I'm
I just
okay.
don't think that's
And selling it to kids.
I'll
guess-
charge 54 an ounce.
My dad used to fuck me rippity dee.
You see, I just don't think abortion is a punchline. And I think I understand why people get upset when you use Hitler as a punchline.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be caught dead dancing on a live stream to a Hitler song.
I know.
There's a moment I wanted to grab you and pull you away from the camera.
What?
You-
When?
When you were dancing to a Hitler song on camera.
Well, I gotta.
All right, we'll talk. We're jumping ahead. Let's dial it back. Dial it back.
It's a great brand for being hated.
Where else are we?
So then we wake up Saturday and it is showtime, which, I mean, but this is easily the most prepared we've been for a show.
Well, and almost to our detriment. Like I was assuming that I'd be freaking out and stuff would be crazy and I wouldn't know what to do, but that wasn't the case at all. Instead, we were so set ahead of time, and by ahead of time I mean 48 whole hours before the show began, that I'm like, something must be wrong. I'm not freaking out. And then and then we headed on down.
So we're there. And I don't know how much we recorded some stuff, and I don't know how much is ever going to see the light of day. But we were all right. Here's where we'll start. Yeah, because you will hear more about this if we put it together or however we release it. But
okay, all right. You know what? Let's just put that on Front Street. We wrapped you a present. We spent a little extra coin. We're having Bryce and Brant put together a little, 20 to 40 minute documentary. We'll see how much it is. Just sort of a gift to you guys. We got good audio. We got fantastic video. We're going to see it all edited together.
We're doing a South by So Wasted rock doc. It is going to be wrapped around the music. We did some little, wraparounds on the side just to see whether or not they could use it, just to give them coverage on everything.
Yeah.
One of the stories that we told.
Yeah. Shall we start at the beginning?
So 3 acts: Tropics, Dual Core, Possum Posse.
Yeah.
We could drop Dual Core at the Possum Posse into the middle of fucking 1960s Vietnam, and these motherfuckers would have the entire crowd rocking and rolling. They're fucking pros. Okay?
Absolutely.
Tropics is young. I mean, the guy's like 18 years old. He is only a few years into his career. And by the way, at the trajectory that he is going to be a formidable force. He is amazing, and he did a great job during the show.
That was Allison Murphy's first comment. Like, how does somebody 17, 18 be this good? Has he been going to DJ camp for 10 years? I don't understand it.
He's homeschooled.
No.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, and this is the night before, Tropics follows up on an email or a text he sent to me, and he's like, "Hey man, is it okay if I if you MC my set?" And I'm like, dude, it would be an honor.
Like,
it would be delightful for him to for me to be up on stage, and if it makes him comfortable, this is the first time, as I know, he's going to have this kind of audience that knows him for his work, not like just a guy who spins other famous records or whatever, but somebody who knows him for his remixes that are going to be here. I know that if I were in that situation, I'd be a little nervous, and I'm
intimidated,
like,
man.
have somebody whose name is on the poster up with me the whole time, it would be really, really rad.
Right. Well, and that makes sense, right? It's like, it's like, look, it's your gig. It would mean a lot to me if you were around during it. It's like, sure, right? Now, at this point, when you hear this, what are you assuming your obligations are as MC?
So I kind of think MC is just going to be like, if he needs to say anything or he has any cues or something that he wants me to go over, I'll go over those. And other than that, it'll just be me improvising kind of in and out of songs. Like a song comes up and it's like, let me see all you white shirt people out here. Oh, like, something like that.
Something once every 3 to 4 minutes over a 20 to 30 minute set.
So I would, because in my head, I'm like, okay, MC. When I used to work as a busboy in South Florida, you'd leave work at around 11, 12 o'clock. If you live in South Florida, then you are listening to like Power 96 or something like that, like the rap station down there. They've always got the DJs live from whatever shitty club is paying for the local radio station to come out and act like they're having a big party. And it's always just the songs with a little DJ like, skip, skip, skippity beep, beep, beep. And then somebody going like, oh, oh, oh. There's some pretty girls in here. Pew, 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 pew. Like shit like that. So I feel like that's pretty much what I'm going to do.
When you told me like, hey man, he has to fight MC, I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. You got it. And I thought the exact same thing. And then what was weird, jump forward to my perspective. I'm in the middle of talking to Discovery people and I hear you introducing Tropics, and I'm like, oh crap, yeah, I guess we're starting. So I run over, like he's gonna need me, and then you introduce Tropics, and I'm there on the side, and the show starts, and then Tropics starts playing, and everything was fine. I was like, oh, I guess Justin didn't need me, and it seems like it's under control, and Justin is checking his tweets while he's jamming to the beat, and I'm like, oh, that's great. So great. And so I go off and do other stuff, and then I start hearing this stream of like just a brick of audio and engagement and of raw energy going all over the place. And I think like, well, that's not what I thought an MC was going to be doing. I guess
what happens. I'm up on stage, and Jomo for the Possum Posse, they brought the whole PA, they brought all the speakers and everything, they ran the audio. So listen, if you dig this rock talk that we're doing, like it is all because Jomo brought all the on-the-ground equipment. So he hands me the mic, and he turns out he's showing me like any good person who runs the equipment. He's just doing the cordial like, all right, well, here you go. Just make sure you tap that button, you hold it down, you wait till the light goes on. If you want to turn it off, you hold it down, you wait till the light goes off. So I'm like, cool, thanks, Jomo. Jomo walks over to the side of the stage, and Tropics is like, all right, you ready? And I'm like, everybody, get ready. Like, we're going to blow your balls off. If you ain't got balls, you're going to grow balls, and they're going to get blown off. So at the end, we're going to have 0 balls in here. Like,
and meanwhile, like I'm over, again, like talking to the Discovery folks, and I'm like, oh, great, man, that's good energy. Or this is when I'm running around, and I remember thinking like, it's a little loud. All right. And then, but then, and then back to this moment.
So Tropic starts, he drops a fat beat. Like whatever like the song is, right? And
which I would like to believe is actually that song.
Electronic song. Robots sing this song.
My favorite part is when they're scared of a mouse, like ah.
So next thing you know, I look over at Jomo, and Jomo is like reminding me as if I forgot, like, press the button to turn the mic off.
Yeah.
Because I guess the mic's pretty fucking hot, as you have heard in the middle of the thing. So he doesn't want the keys jingling and jangling in my pocket to be heard over the mic. So I turned the mic off.
Right. So because you've fulfilled your duties, you are the master of ceremonies. You have introduced the act. The act is now doing their thing, right?
Now, what I say next, I want everybody to understand very, very clearly, because this is not a failure of Tropics. It is a failure of my own, that I did not understand what the role of an MC truly was. Should I have understood the role of an MC in the context of the act that he has come and been billed for this show, I think I would have clarified what I was able to do, or I would have worked with Brian and Veronica and Brad and Tom, and we could have come up with a little bit that would have involved everybody, right?
Yes, which reminds me that I remember there being, I might be imagining this, but I felt like there was you're like, yeah, so he's gonna have me be MC, and I was like, oh, do you need anything? And you're like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Because I think it's like beep bop. Hey man, here's some stuff. Oh, wasn't that great? Who's partying? Like, you know, that's pretty much what I thought I was doing. Next thing you know, I look over. Tropics. He is on the ones and twos.
he's playing the mashups and the mixes, and the fat beats are dropping, and it's
beep 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 wheat circuits beep bap boop buddy buddy boop beep 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 buddy.
And then
outlets.
So he looks over at me and just says like
nodding at you, kind of nodding and rolling his hands like hey bro,
hey man,
dude, that thing.
Go. And I'm looking, and like I look up, and I look at Jomo, and I'm like I don't know, as if he's going to tell me like what's gonna happen, and Jomo just kind of looks at me.
Meanwhile, Jomo's giving you like double thumbs up, like you turned it off, you did good, you
he's
turned
like,
off that mic.
You killed it, bro. And I look at and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, and so I just kind of look the other way, and then when I look back at Tropics is like now more urgently like, no, you agreed to MC.
This is all body language talking because you can't hear a goddamn thing, right?
No, and he's just like come on. So I turned the mic back on. Now what happened afterward is truly the actions of a panicked and desperate man.
This is the moment you realize that you signed a contract without reading the fine print.
I really don't know what even, like, because I hit a point where it's like I can't conceptually think of what I should do.
Sure.
Because I'm on stage, I have a mic in my hand. So like the thinking part of this is gone. At this point, I need to tap dance for my supper. I cannot tap dance physically. I can't sing. I can't rap. What I can do is just kind of fuck with the crowd and yell things.
Now, hold on. In this moment, I would imagine that there's like a flash of panic, and you wonder, I don't have what it takes to summon this kind of muse, in order to channel this kind of epic rap rock god through me. I don't know how to freestyle on the fly. If only there was, like a power up I could take that would bring this out of me.
So, and people who are there are yelling things that I was saying, including to a party that was on a balcony next to our building. They all look fucking bored. What a boring party. Boo the other party. Boo.
And I'm sorry to say that people on the other end of the bar thought you were talking about them. Not in the other bar.
It should be pointed out. We had a great turnout for the party, but there's the warm fiery hearthstone around which everyone is gathered. The closer you get to Justin Robert Young at this point in Tropics, the more friendlies you see. It's clearly our audience. And as you fade back, you get to a mix of people who are maybe familiar that we're a thing and they know we're here for this party, but they don't listen to the show. They don't watch the show. And then in the back third, you have randos who are just there to fucking get a drink. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, listen, it's a beautiful day at South by Southwest. They're just trying to hit up a bunch of parties that they are or are not on lists for. So that's happening. Brian's experiencing that.
I'm on the backer fringe of it, so it's like I'm just all like I'm like oh no, the music is is intense and loud, but then again it's our party, it's what we can do, and and it's like Justin's got this bit. I don't know how planned out it is, but it certainly has raw energy behind it. He's certainly engaging the people up front. I don't think the people in the back really aren't listening to what he's saying anyway,
because it's a little it's like I'm. It's coming through the mic. It's not coming through perfectly clear. And, it is getting increasingly more random. I'm just leaning over the side of the building and yelling at people on the street.
Would you like a sample, Justin?
Oh, my God. I didn't. Oh, good God.
Everybody, let's hear for the lady in the pink coat. Let me hear you. Pink coat. Pink coat. Pink coat. Pink coat. Oh! That lady's going to be our next president.
It was that for 30 minutes, but it was this nonstop stream of and I'm sure there were people in the back who are like, look, the music's fine. Can we just listen to the music? I don't know why we have to hear the man yelling at the other people.
Oh my God. And people are chanting. There was a back sweat chant at some point. I just started talking about how I needed to do my taxes. Now, in front, I'm getting a far different experience than Brian is dealing with the random people in the back, because all I see is, number one, my own life fucking the reality peeling off as panic sets in, and I'm just like, what can I talk? What's funny? I don't know. Dogs, taxes. I pooped myself. Fucking just whatever, right? I'm reaching. I see dual core in front of me. And he's smiling like a Cheshire cat.
Oh my God! Well, and first of all, it should be noted that he is smiling for all the right reasons. He's smiling because, as I put it in the documentary that hopefully you guys will listen to, this is the guy who's a professional magician who decided to show up for the magic contest early in the morning.
Oh, I see.
Sees that the prop is definitely set up wrong, realizes that there will be a moment of reckoning and somebody will deal with it in some way, and is grabbing the popcorn saying, this gonna be good.
Absolutely. And he was delighted by it. Next to him is a dude that I can only describe as on ecstasy.
yes, because he was into this, man, right?
Oh, no, he showed up, was barely coherent with his friend, wearing gray sweatpants, starts to get into some rave dancing. At one point, I'm trying to I'm doing fucking, I'm doing radio bits as I'm like, hey, you guys, it's such an awesome party. I'm gonna go get a beer. Walking to the bar, trying to get a beer. What? And the dude is coming the opposite way from the bar and pinches me in the belly, playfully.
Like you're the Pillsbury
hey, buddy,
Del
doing
boy.
Great.
Yeah. You're the
So
Pillsbury dope boy.
And he's like, turn it up. Turn it up. He just keeps wanting the music to be turned up. But he is having the time of his life. And by the way, he left after the Tropics set. He was there for the Tropics set, and then he left. I didn't see him at all after that. He was he's like, oh, the fuck? Is that just going to be electronic dance music with a possibly Mexican guy yelling over it? Well, fuck it. I'm out.
Howdy. Done. So around this time, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I blame Tropics.
Why? For what?
He's infectious. He's got this great energy and everything, and he's just like, so you're gonna dance, right? You're gonna get up there and dance. You gotta dance. And so I get up there and dance, and then now I'm getting reamed for dancing to inappropriate content.
Well, I'm just saying, it's all right. We'll talk about that in a second. But so at this point. At this point, like I'm walking by to collect a beer that was sitting on the table. And by the way, we did OP delivered on the promise of South by So Wasted. If there was one thing that we over delivered on was the unspoken promise of South by So White, like because like that's all South by Southwest is white people, and so I went and grabbed a beer and Ash was like, "Hey, I don't know who this is from or what it's about, but and I'm hearing all of this third hand, but like somebody from the establishment wanted to know." When the real band was coming on, and I was like, wait, the real band, what? And they're like, well, and again, I'm hearing all this third hand, and now I'm misremembering it. But the part that I was told was like, they want to know when the guy would stop yelling at everyone.
So Brian comes up and he's like, hey, so, and repeats almost that verbatim.
Although
right?
I left out the
exactly,
yelling part.
Like what you said, the last line you said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank God.
And meanwhile, I feel terrible. I'm like, clearly Justin's having the time of his life. Like, this is what he's always wanted to do. Because from my perspective, he said, he full on gave me that, no, I got this. I was born for this.
Thinking that it was going to be like 2 lines, over, or 8 lines over the course of the set or whatever. So you're like, hey, we got to turn it off. So I hit Tropics up and I'm like, all right, man, we gotta wrap it up or whatever. So he wraps it up, but holy shit, it was a roller coaster ride. If people enjoyed it, I'm glad they did. It's really funny cut into clips. Like, I think you guys will very enjoy it cut into clips. I don't know how enjoyable it was fucking the entire time.
Well, here's what it was at the time, and I think to anybody in the inner circle who is familiar with all the bits and familiar with you and your comedy, I think it was electric and wonderful. In that middle crowd, for everyone else, I would say that there was definitely momentum. There was definitely energy. They could tell something was happening. They maybe felt on the outside of the joke, but that was the amazing part, because then we got to the part where Dual Core came out and took all of that energy, chaotic though it was, and then made like 3 tweaks to a couple of beams, and all of a sudden we had a skyscraper, and he just gave directed specific energy, like, we're gonna do this, you're gonna make these hand signs, you're gonna say this thing, I'm gonna drop the beat, you're gonna say whatever, and go. And it was a super tight set. Freaking amazing, man.
Oh God, he was so good, and I can't wait for you guys to see more of it who missed it, because that's the reason why we wanted to kind of document it. But really, I mean, the coup de grace was that song we played at the beginning with the Possum Posse. As fucking amazing as they are, to then bring out Dual Core and to have him, just nail.
Yeah,
sounds like something that should be part of the song. By design as a freestyle, and end it with a Diamond Club
tie-in. Yeah, no.
Telling everybody to put their diamonds in the sky, like, oh, dude.
Well, here we have more from Neshcom's set here. If you want to get it.
Let's have all the things. Here we go. We drink all the booze. Drink all the things. Drink all the booze. Drink all the things. Drink all the booze. Drink all the things. But the sidekick is left, or they still give me wick. So we drink all the booze. Drink all the things. Drink all the booze. Drink all the things. Drink all the booze. Drink all the things. You know there's going to be security, right?
So, like, Dual Core just has this manic presence, by the way. He's got this athletic build, and when he gets into it and he starts stomping and you feel shit thumping underneath you, and you realize that it's his literal energy traveling through the floor to you, and I don't know, it's infectious and amazing. And,
well, I mean, that's because he's a fairly unassuming guy, just to stand next to, right? Like, he's just kind of a dude. He's like just a dude you would see at DEF CON, for which he is. But when he gets on stage, man, he is Rey Mysterio. He is short, but fucking every little bit of it is fucking made of dynamite.
Yeah, that switch gets flipped, and it's utterly amazing. And then we get into the Possum Posse, who this is our 3rd year with them, which means it was 2 years ago at South by So Wasted 2 that they no, I guess one. It was the first South by
All right,
Southwest.
Kuhan, by the way, we know it's fucking he's 80. He is the rapper. He's not the DJ as well in dual core. The act that he performs as is dual core.
Yeah, and by the way, he introduces himself as the mustache of dual core, and also he runs the Twitter for dual core. Also, he has flatly said to our faces that he is comfortable with us calling him dual core. So eat a bag of dicks, Kuhan!
Man, that's old school.
Yeah. So there's that. Kuhan is partying that he's derailed the stream. All right, so the Possum Posse gets on, and they originally 2 years ago they were great, but they are nothing like the fucking what'd you call him, James Brown of bluegrass on that mic, man.
Oh man, no, they're insane. Like they bring so many elements that I personally love in music. I love their album, and fuck with the shit they have in their set now. Their next album is gonna be better than the one that we both kind of fell in love with. So I am fucking pumped to see it.
Well, here I think we have a little bit of their
If
opening.
you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest shots would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for buying my shot." When na 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 na, getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na.
Oh, that's right, Getting Jiggy With It they played.
To Miami. Na 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 na. The wiki wiki wild wild with na 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 na. She thinks on me. She texts me mine.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broken broke. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broken broke.
She's a gold
Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. 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 You see Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said, I can tell you rock, I can tell by your charm. For as girls, you got a block, can tell by your charm and your arm. But I'm looking for the one of your seen. It's like I told me she gon' have an ass like Serena, Trina, Jennifer Lopez. Fuck kids, and I gotta take all they badass in showbiz.
You should want a bad bitch like this. Drop it low and pick it up just like this. Cup of Ace, cup of Goose, cup of Chris. High heels, something worth a half a ticket on my wrist. Take a liquor straight, never chase that. Rooftop like we bring an 88 back. Bring the hoods in, face that. Champagne spilling, you should taste that.
I'm so fancy, don't let me down. I'm so fancy, don't let me down. Forgive me for what I do. If you want out of shit, it's up to you. Don't let me down, girl. Your mama gonna move you uptown.
Yeah.
Was it a typo?
All right, so before we get to this part, that last song I could tell was a popular song that I just wasn't familiar with. What song was that?
That was Iggy Azalea's "Fancy," the rap verses there, and it's a very popular song. And also, they fucking just conceived of that song that day.
Oh, wow.
And I ask you sincerely, how could this have been done?
That's amazing.
Yeah, to everybody who's shocked that Brian Brushwood wouldn't know what's on popular radio. Let me remind you that I'm Brian Brushwood and it's popular radio. But then we get to you got a double whammy of surprise moments.
All right, so understand that in all that story I've told you, what I have not fully illustrated is that a way to deal with panic is by consuming things. Many people do it with food when you are up on stage for an indeterminable period of time, and it's at a bar at an event called South by So Wasted. You tend to overcompensate with drinks. I get off stage, and of course, we've got so many awesome people who have come from around the country to have fun with us that day. A bunch of people want to just hand me drinks. I mean, like Brian, you know how it is at these kind of events. You just got people throwing drinks in your hand. So I'm drinking all of them. And before the Possum Posse set, I run into them down at the bar. And Jomo, who's very soft-spoken, comes up to me. He's like, hey man, we're thinking about having a dual core rap.
By the way, we should point out that your imagery of the handlebar is a very Austin, very hip bar. It's
dude, and
everything's
so it is
ironic.
also it is hipster to the max. There's a dude who's doing a great job clearing stuff around, who has got fucking ABA ball cutter fucking shorts on. Like, everybody there working has a mustache. You got big ripped dudes with like bicycle tank tops and stuff on. So what you have a mixture of three elements in this bar when I go down to meet the Possum Posse. You have got the hip element, people who are regulars to this bar as well as the staff. You've got convention element, basically fat guys with lanyards.
Sure.
And then tucked away at the corner is fucking Blazing Saddles.
Because, I mean, they look fucking great. And I remember Jomo telling me, and again, this is another thing we talk about in the documentary. Jomo leans over, and I'm like, hey, man, do you ever do gigs where people catch every single reference like that? He's like, no. We work this one fancy joint, and they keep asking us to turn down the volume. It's clear nobody's listening to anything. And then it's like, in a moment of reality, a moment of clarity, he says, I think they just like the way we dress.
But they look great. And so Joan comes up to me, he's like, hey, man, I was thinking, we were thinking about having dual core do some freestyling. Do you think it would be okay? Is he dual core, or is he in 80? Is he who? I mean, it's dual core. I mean, he's told us dual core is fine. Okay, that's great. Hey, also, we were thinking about having Tay Allen sing Mass Text. Do you think that? I'm like, oh, yeah, no, she's here. She'd have a great time. She's like, okay, that's great. So he goes, he talks to both of them, and it comes to the point in the song when they want to sing Mass Text. So they call up Tay. And then they also call up me.
but you're not worried, right? Because you only have one role, and that's to do the hook. The why'd you get my mass text? I'm in your contacts.
And you're
right?
all warmed up from your previous.
Oh man, he was. But
right.
they liquored him up, and he was totally down.
There were two things that I was not worried and fucking wasted. I was hammered. So I'm like, but I have that exact thought. I'm like, okay, well, look, all I got to do is sing the chorus. I know the chorus. Why not get your mass text? I'm in your contacts.
Easy,
all I got to
bro.
know. I have the fucking original singer of this song. She knows the lyrics to the song that has earned her millions of views on YouTube.
Yeah, sure. Her breakout hit. And, well, let's take a look at how it went. She immediately derails it by asking why we didn't actually invite her to this event.
Spoiler alert, she doesn't know the fucking lyrics to her song. So, like, we sing the first chorus, and next thing you know, she's just like, nope, don't know it. I'm totally wasted too. And I'm like, fucking both elements of this fucking experiment have totally fallen apart. And then she decides to fill it by having a legitimate argument about how she wasn't invited to the fucking show.
Here, we got a clip from this too. Here we go.
Why I was not invited to South by So Wasted 2015 again?
Well, Tay, I gotta say, oops. I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why not get your mass text? I'm in your contacts.
Holy cow, man. There were so many moments of genuine, just magical electricity during that thing. Like, so many things where it's like, this could go very, very bad. And then instead it just nailed it. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, that was super fun. Thank you to everybody who came out, man. This was easily the best music event we've ever done. It was so great. So much so that, you just got to figure, how do we up the ante next year, Like, how do we continue to make it a bigger and better event so people feel like they want to, make their way out to come and see it? Because that's really what kills me is how many people come from so far away to come see.
We should drop a huge thank you to our benefactor. Who was it again?
Time Jumper in the chat room right now. Time Jumper 319. He sponsored the show, made sure a little paper found its way into the pockets of the band.
Dude, he was grinning ear to ear. That made my day. Like for somebody to show up and say like, I want to give hardcore money to make this happen, and we say we want to take your hardcore money and give it to the bands, and he's like, great. And then it was great.
Dude, he fucking made it. And also, you want to know what? Let's go ahead and make sure that everybody offers a big, hearty thank you to the Handlebar on Twitter.
Yeah, dude. Is it at Handlebar? Does somebody will get it for us?
I think there might be a little suffix to it. I think it might be Handlebar Austin or something.
Twitter, Handlebar. Let's see. No, that's Boston.
No, Handlebar Austin. That's it.
Handlebar Austin.
It's at Handlebar Austin, as in Austin, Texas, where the Handlebar is located. Just go ahead and hit them up and say thank you.
Dude, they're good peeps.
By the way, Brian, you see what their number one?
God. Yeah, their first tweet is a Captain Morgan original spiced rum.
It's not a bottle of rum or a cake.
I'm a
explorer of your mom's tits.
Dude, let's show them some thanks. You know, it's like we promised that we'd make some amazing stuff happen.
Y'all
Hit
have
them
a
up.
sponsor?
Handlebar Austin. No, Bonnie, we don't have sponsors. We have friends.
I'm sorry.
We have friends who they're friends with invoices is what we call them. They're friends who we invoice. And who is our friend with an invoice this week?
By the way, we barely do that. It is. Listen, we talked a lot about good memories.
Hmm?
Good, fine memories. Ones you want to remember for the rest of your life. The precious stuff.
Hmm.
You want to know what would be bad?
Is if you lost your memories?
If every time you were trying to remember something amazing, I just started screaming, dicks, dicks, pussies, dicks.
I mean, that would be fine. That would be fine because I like dicks and pussies. They're both fabulous.
Dicks.
No, it's totally
Pussy
cool.
dicks.
Welcome.
Dicks,
Those are not pests. They are welcome guests in my mind. You're going to have to come up with something. Name one thing that I wouldn't like to be receiving in the inbox of my mind.
Hitler on a pogo stick.
Nope. That's postmodern parody.
Hitler frowning?
No, I mean that. I would assume he is experiencing a disappointment, and that would be totally rad because I want him to be disappointed.
Hitler doing the icky shuffle touchdown dance.
Nope, that's animated GIF. I've already tweeted that. Thank you for the
in
image.
front of Auschwitz.
All right. Well, that went straight to the trash bin. What else you got? Because I'll tell you what, I don't know about you. There's only one thing I don't want is unsolicited commercial messages in my inbox. That is the one way to get me upset.
Absolutely,
I'm rather
Brian.
surprised that you held on to the Hitler imagery this long. I thought I was fairly clear that the Hitler imagery wasn't what I was looking for.
I thought you were saying worse. Like, I guess I thought you kept saying, like, no, worse. Do worse.
No, I'm saying no, not that. That is not the thing I'm worried about.
Hey, every once in a while, we miss a pass.
That's fine.
So here's the deal. MailRoute.net. That's where you need to go. It's not just a .net. It's a real net. A net in the net that catches your spam before it hits your inbox.
Yeah, man. All you have to do is edit your MX records, and it files everything through their service. They go ahead and remove it. And I know this doesn't apply to a lot of onesie-twosie folks, but if you run a small business, a medium-sized business, or have 400 clients or more, you could set up and have everything run through them, super affordable. And not only that, you'd be letting us look really good as we get to continue to talk about our friends over at MailRoute.net. Now, when they sign up, where do they want to go?
Now, MailRoute.net/Night Attack is where you need to go to make sure that you find out all the pricing. Tell you what, man, $30 a year. You're just a random dude. You just you edit your MX records because you're taking it to the max. How about you throw $30 in their pocket and never have spam again? Ta-da!
How about this? You have 475 employees, $1.49 per user per month. Come on, man. You can't go wrong with that.
Really cheap.
That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. So go ahead on over there to MailRoute.net. Figure it out.
Think about that increased productivity, son. Plus, also, think about, you know what? Forget about that. Think about how good your favorite podcast is going to look when you bring them a whale of a client and say, like, this one comes from Night Attack.
Absolutely. And, yeah, we love them. And one day we'll ask him for money.
Yeah. But until that happens, we should talk about what we did with every spare minute through the rest of all of South by Southwest.
What was that, Brian?
Oh, I was just saying, like, when we weren't, live on stage partying hard, when we weren't podcasting, I'm sure we were doing something super punk rock.
The night, but there's always room for another.
That sounds like Hearthstone, Justin.
Sorry, wait. I can't hear you.
Yeah, okay, you can't play the game. Yeah, you can't, Justin, you can't play a game of Hearthstone live during the show.
What was that?
You can't, Justin, you can't play Hearthstone right now. All right, fine. We'll play a clip of us playing Hearthstone over the course of this week. Bet you didn't see this shit coming. Get ready for Jesus the card.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
He's frozen. Oh, why did you do that?
Reporting for duty.
Dude, you get ready. This motherfucker's gonna be a fat motherfucker once he get unfrozen. God damn it! Dude, still standing, bro. Come at me. All right, that worked.
Cleared the board. We played so much Hearthstone, man. It was ridiculous. That's actually after South by, we wound up all coming back and just sort of sitting around and playing Hearthstone. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, dude, I'll admit, my favorite moment of the entire South by Southwest was us all hanging out on AstroTurf in the middle of a parking lot surrounded by food trucks eating boiled crawfish. It was awesome. And then, like there was something about, like the stress of that thing was over. And it's like, we did it. We blew up the Death Star again. I can't believe it. I'm eating rad food. The weather is perfect. The sun is setting. And I just remember being so tired. And I remember worrying that I was going to be the party pooper. I'm like, no, guys, I'm game. Let's go out. And then I was like, I don't want to be out. I just want to go home and be real quiet.
You had a big fat belly of crawfish. You're ready for
man,
for a little Hearthstone.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was an amazing experience. And to be honest, we came home and we spent all of Saturday night just very quietly having the world's most boring LAN party and actively trying to infect. We actually got Neshcom on the hook. He genuinely rages at us that he is now infected.
Yeah, he's in. No, listen, it was so super fun. And then we actually, I think maybe my favorite thing that we've done recently was we launched. A lot of people have been asking, Brian, why don't we get on Twitch? Like, why don't we get on a video game streaming service and stream video games? And I think we're very proud to announce that we have begun doing that.
Well, and not only that, we always had. That's the big reveal. We've been doing it longer than anyone. As a matter of fact, we can now announce officially that we are secretly, we have and always will be Hearth and Oats, the world's #1 Hearthstone stream and live advice, relationship advice show.
Yeah. Listen, there's already a lot of catchphrases.
I wish somebody give me the time code to where you are very gracious to your opponent Roberto Villegas, Vincent 404.
Listen, man, so here's you got to step into the boiled dome.
Yeah,
because you're gonna get boiled one way or another. Everybody was very excited. All of our loyal fans.
Yeah. Spoiling motherfuckers, and if they say yeah, then marry them. Man or woman,
regardless of sex.
You're gonna need to have a little flexibility on this one, brah.
All right, thanks, Jerry. You're
Love you.
All right. Oh, that was the moment we gave actual relationship advice in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, no. Somebody actually at one point called for relationship advice.
I believe this is the match with us and Roberto Villegas. Here we go. Oh, I hope we can find it.
Man, that's a card that's looking like it might get Mighty Jesus at some point.
All right, here, let me jump ahead.
Podcast.
Oh, here we go.
Why would that? All right. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best. At some point, we went back to your boiled clip, which I don't think we've talked about live on the air at all, right?
Oh wow, have we never? I did a sketch in college about boiling people. It's called What Assholes. I think if you probably type in What Assholes, Justin Young.
All right.
You'll see it. The punchline is somebody dumping boiling water on somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's 666 views. That's amazing.
That's nice. Yeah, I don't know how to find it. It may have been pre or post. Yeah, no, we definitely did it in the pre-show, but I've got to go way far back in order to find it. Crap.
Oh no, you can. The video is up online.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to find it by scrolling back through the archives because if I just type in...
just search on like Google, What Assholes Justin Young.
Yeah, no, that's right. In which case we definitely get Leo Laporte
No.
shouting
Go
at you.
back. Whatever screen you were on, hit back. Right under Jury, A Gentleman's Guide to Arguing Like an Asshole.
There we go. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. So we'll cut to the ending here where it's like you basically call someone up, get boiling water.
Real nice time. It's a really, really nice restaurant. Oh shit! You just got boiled. You just got boiled. Damn, you're so boiled. Boiled. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, that was the inspiration behind all. Like we're talking about how we had a boil dome and we would slay everyone by boiling them. And here's the moment.
You know what it's time for? The Avengers are coming into town.
They brought a hot plate. For boiling.
The problem is, yeah, they got all this. They got this ramen that they want, and they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, it's time, right? I hope this is the part. I don't know if I'm right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well met.
Oh, that's great.
You're king of that shitty taunt.
You're king of the shit taunt. Man, I'll tell you what. Roberto, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, does so many awesome fucking podcasts. I've been watching a lot of the cinematography stuff he does with Brent.
Yes.
But really, his best work is getting fucking boiled in the face.
That was the moment. I'm so glad we found it, where it's just like Roberto is one of the truest stalwarts of Diamond Club, and he's always been there for us. And in that moment, like I got suckered into thinking you were being sweet to him, and then you just turn around and punch him in the
Listen, man,
balls.
I got a disease, and let's just not make fun of my handicap.
All right, man. You want to do some Diamond Time, and we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Diamond Time is when you get your project shouted out right here on the show. Just go ahead on over to our Reddit, diamondclub.reddit.com. That is reddit.com/r/Diamond Club. It is always stickied up at the top of
By the way, for our segment, because we're over our goal, we're going to wear top hats and monocles. I recommend that we invest in this Kickstarter for gentlemen's single-use unlubricated monocles. They are one-time monocles that come in packages that may look familiar, and you could get them in 3-packs if you if you head on over to their Kickstarter. And I think we should buy some of those because I feel filthy with this monocle.
Absolutely. Here's the deal. Number 1. It is 9 Double Plus Good who writes, my friend Maggie Levin is an awesome director and writer. Is currently completing a contest to win the opportunity to direct a $50,000 short film based on her own take on the Twilight universe as part of The Storytellers, the new voices of the Twilight saga. She needs your votes to win, however. Please go to bit.ly/director voting. That is capital D and capital V in director voting. And vote for a concept/pitch we've met before. You'll need to register for an account on Tongle. It's free and it takes a moment. And find her listing on the page that comes up like this. And yeah, if you go to the subreddit, you have a little imager there where you can see what it looks like. You can also see her treatment and watch her pitch video there. Go to the top 5 of her listing, click the heart so it turns 5 stars red, and then go all the way back up to the top of the page and click Finish Voting, where you can vote in bulk or individually for other entries, and then click Finish Voting again. Thank you for all your love and support for Levin and all women filmmakers. And listen, if 3 of you do it, she will win by 3 votes, because that's the most complicated fucking voting system I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. You know what's easy is if you head on over to podcastawards.com and you click this bookmarklet. Watch this. Boom. It shows up, and you can just click on Best Video Podcast, click Night Attack. By the way, only 5 days left in the voting. The morning stream, click gaming. I'm clicking on the instance. Mature, I click on Night Attack again. Movies and films, I'm clicking on Film Sack. Boom, PodSafe Music is Cover Bill. Technology is Daily Tech News Show. And now it's fake address at yourmom.org. And then I'm going to open up a VPN and place my vote because I like them secure. Thank you to everyone who's voting.
Moving on to our second diamond time. It is Neshcom, who fucking shot so much of that documentary stuff that you guys saw earlier, and is going to be helping to put together the whole thing along with Gatawag. Hey, did you know the entire Neshcomplex music catalog can be freely streamed on Twitch and YouTube? It's true. And since you can stream most of it on SoundCloud, it's like double free. Check that she out at neshcomplex.com. Loves.
Yeah, well done.
And this is a real thing, right? Because people can't stream like copyrighted stuff on Twitch.
No, but you're welcome to use it. Dive in. You can get A Holy. You could get Electric Columbia. Here we go. And you know this. We play this all the time. Yeah, dude, no doubt.
And finally, it is Ethan Kane who writes, I co-host the Ritual Misery podcast, a conversation of 2 lifelong friends and military veterans talking about gadgets, tech, news, geek, culture, and military life in an easygoing, simple-to-follow format. The podcast is aimed at tech-savvy, family-oriented, self-identified geeks interested in contemporary tech topics, news, and random geekery. Listen at bit.ly/ritualmisery or watch the unedited videos at bit.ly/ritualmiseryvideo. If you like it, subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Heck yeah. By the way, Sergeant Muffin wants to know if we'll feature his Diamond Club awesome slot machine. I would if you went to diamondclub.reddit.com and submitted it. That's where all the dopest shit is. So head on over there and make sure to do that.
All you got to do is head on over there, diamondclub.reddit.com, and submit it. We read 3 of them every show. So, everyone's going to get a turn. So enjoy your life. However, because Sergeant Muffin only makes everything awesome at all times, we can shout out brickslap.tv/
Diamond Club Slots.
Diamond Club Slots.
There, you want to play a quick round? Take a look-see. Little Diamond Club slot action. Max bet. Max bet. Not bad. Not bad. We got laser discs and wild cards. One more time. Just one more. I don't have a problem. Just keep going. This one will win. I don't want to go out a loser. Oh, I won a lot of money.
Yeah, man. Taser Wild. And so you scored on Tom Merritt. You scored on Pol Pot.
Yeah, I'm still down, though. I just got to hit it one more time because I just got to get back to even in order to finish it. See, look, I'm winning. I'm almost back to even. I'm going to get ahead here. Just one more time. Great. Okay, a little bit behind. I'm just going to max bet it one more time.
I love that. The flare on top of Veronica's Comcastic. It makes me so happy.
Here, you keep going with the show. I'm just going to keep hitting this. It's fine.
All right, everybody. Thank you again to everybody who came on out to South by So Wasted. Thank you. Oh, man, I can't even begin to name everybody. That was so great. Tay Allen, Ali Spagnola, of course, Dual Core, Possum Posse. The chat room folks are too many to name, and to be very frank with you, I was wasted. Thank you to Chimera for indulging me when I accidentally thought that you were Bob Callie. And oh shit, who were our blind our blind
Heather
fans?
and Thomas. Thomas and Heather. They come out to some of the Scam School shoots, and it's always. I mean, they're very. Pardon me for saying so, beautiful people, but they're very visibly blind. I mean, they obviously they have the canes and they look blind as fuck. You know why? Because they're blind
initially
as fuck.
because a lot of times when I'm in like show mode, there's only 3 places we do live shows. It's Austin for South by, it's Nerdtacular, and it's Dragon Con. 2 out of the 3 of those, you got a lot of people that are out in costume.
Right.
So, I see them out by the bar, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what kind of blind person costume they're doing. No. They're really
and it's
blind.
like, no, we're actually blind, asshole.
Yeah. Well, I thought it until I said it on a larger platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were so great. It was so amazing to meet them, and like I said during the show, everybody wasted their eyes, because really what was amazing about that performance was the music, and I can't thank everybody enough.
Dude, they clearly enjoyed it. They clearly had a fantastic time, and they thank you so much for making it out, all you guys. Shall we wrap things up?
Yeah, man.
Man, that was a hell of a thing. We had 5 days of podcasting. Tonight was the end where we recrapped everything.
Yep.
That was not a slip up. That was accurate. It's called. Sometimes you say it the way it is. You guys continue to be the best things in our lives. Thanks so much, man. Hearth and Oats. I'm sure will join us at some point.
Yep.
Until then, I guess we will see you next Tuesday, right?
Night of Fire.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kel'Thuzad.
Get that pussy's haunted.
Kel'Thuzad.
I'm allergic to bees. Oh, Justin Robert Young, every time you go, I get so sad that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano. Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.